Hey guys, Machines and Mal here. Just thought I'd make a quick video about sockets. Kind of a interesting subject. There's a lot of variations and stuff, and over the years I've kind of grown to figure out how this works and what size does what and what to use for what job, and I just thought I'd share a little of that information today. Hopefully clarify and make it so that you guys kind of know what you're looking at and what you're looking for when you're trying to do some of the jobs you see that I do on this channel, if you're trying to do this stuff at home. So there's a couple of different categories. Sockets, you can get them in metric or in imperial. And so what you've got here is you've got metric sockets. You can see they're all measured in millimeters. They start down at 6 on this tray and go to 20. And same on this tray here. And then you notice these two trays are all measured in an imperial, so in fractions. And typically you'll find on products that are made overseas will be mostly done in metric. Products made in America or Canada are going to generally be standard size sockets. So you try not to use metric sockets on standard socket bolts and vice versa. Don't use standard socket tools on metric socket hardware. You can, some of them will cross back and forth, but it's not a good habit to get into because you'll strip things or damage things. So there's different sizes here. Now when we relate to socket sizes, you can actually be talking about the size of the size of the fastener that it will turn, or you actually refer to the size of the drive, so where it connects to the tool. So there's a few different sizes. We tend to only use 1/4 inch drive, which is the smaller sockets here. So that's a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch square drive, and it connects to a 1/4 inch drive socket. So both these are 1/4 inch drive sockets. The next size up is 3/8 drive, so it's 3/8 by 3/8, and it will connect to 3/8 drive sockets. You've also got 1/2 inch drive, which is the larger size. Generally for lawnmower and equipment mechanics, you don't use this very much, but same thing, you've got 1/2 inch drive sockets. It's just larger. These are black. They're designed to be used with an air impact gun. That's a whole nother video. So there's kind of a basic assortment of what you're going to run into with sockets. There's another big thing you'll find. This one is one of my least favorite. Is you'll run into these sockets, which have a larger star pattern to them. They're called 12-point sockets, versus hexagon style 6-point sockets. I don't use these tools. I run into very little fasteners that have 12 points on their head. These will fit where these fit, but because there's less material between the points, you tend to strip hardware with these. So I would not recommend you use these on 6-point hardware. If you have 12 points, you'll find it on some automobiles. Go ahead and use them, but for 99.9% of the time, always use a 6-point socket when you're working on the stuff you see me working on in the videos that I make. There's a few other things that are handy to have. These are socket adapters. So this adapts your 1/2 inch driver to the 3/8 drive size socket. Handy if you only want to own one driver or one set of sockets, but be careful because these sockets aren't meant to be driven by 1/2 inch, and you can break them by using this. Same goes the other way. You can buy 3/8 to 1/2 inch, which will adapt your 3/8 drive to your 1/2 inch socket. Don't really use this one that often. I've broken probably a dozen of those over the years. So that's just a quick look at sockets. I don't know if it makes any more sense to you than it did before, but it might help out if you're trying to buy these things and you look at the shelf at the store and there's hundreds and hundreds of different sets. You might be able to tell them apart and make an informed decision and get the right thing for the job. Thanks for watching.